Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So as you know, hopefully you've updated to the newest one, which is 2.6.7. And we actually have quite a few different banners to summon from. And in tonight's episode of Should You Summon, we will hopefully cover all of these and answer any questions that you've had about whether or not you should spend your hard-earned either paid stones as well as free stones on these banners. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So we are blessed with a very rare item called a Star Dream Encounter. Now, for those who are relatively new to the game, a Star Dream Encounter is basically a paid summon. You have to use 1,000 paid stones, and it gives you the regular chance of 5 stars or 4.5s as normal pulls. So in that sense, the first 10 pulls are just essentially 3.3% chance of any 5-star on the pulls 1 to 9, as well as 3.6% chance on the 10th pull. However, it does have all the newest units, including Milsha, Melissa, Hina, and so on and so forth. All the AS units that were featured in the Weapon Essence banner. All the powerful units up to date. And of course, you can get the normal amounts of bots, Rainbow Sisters, 3.5s, and 4 stars. However, the most important thing about a Star Dream is that you can choose, you get a Star Dream piece. And you get that at the end of the 10 pull, whether or not you were successful or not. So you could be like nothing, or you can give you anything, and then you use that piece, which you have 30 days to use from the time you use summon on this banner, and you can pick any of these units. So very powerful units. You basically can pick any one that you are missing in terms of, you know, what you need to fill out your team. And so these don't come very often. So whether or not you're new to the game, veteran of the game, or so on and so forth, a Star Dream Encounter, if you do use paid stone, is a guaranteed 10 out of 10 banner. You will definitely summon on it. You have the chance of not only getting a 5-star or more 5 stars, even with the first 10 pull. You use that Star Dreams piece to essentially pick any one you want. And I mean, if you check out some of my earlier Should You Summon videos, you can definitely see different units that I've described and as to whether or not you want to keep them on your team or aim for them on your team. That's completely up to you. So that is a very simple one, very straightforward. Now in this case, the Ally Encounter Milsha banner. Now normally Fateful Encounters are only one time use. This one actually has 3, and so like all Fatefuls, you do have the normal paid 1,000 stones, and you do have to you have the normal odds of getting Milsha, 0.4% doors 1 to 9, as well as a flat 10% chance of getting a 5-star on the 10th and final pull. Keep in mind that with all Fatefuls, just like usual, all other units are available in the game up to date. So the real question comes back to whether or not you need Milsha or not. And so I'm just going to bring up the regular non-paid banner right here. And you can see for us free-to-plays, as well as for those who have used up 3 Fatefuls and decide to continue going for Milsha, this one is actually a split banner. Increased odds of the 4.5, which is 0.4% chance, as well as 0.8% chance, which is the same as the Fateful, except for the 10th pull on the Fateful. It is a split banner with AS Nagi, being that there is a tie-in in this particular story with the, Dragon Palace, where originally Nagi was found. That being said, AS Nagi is definitely a more powerful version of Nagi. For those who are interested, you can still get Melissa in this banner. I'm not sure if you can get any of the newest one. You can get AS Rosetta. Notice that there's no AS Alulu there, and I'm assuming no AS Yuan, which is the unit after that. So let's just take a quick look here. Nothing that I can see. Okay, yeah, regular Yuan. Okay. So again, for those who aren't familiar with Milsha, she is our second Shade Lunatic unit. So for all Shade units, when you use Lunatic status, it essentially converts the defense of your unit into attack, and basically allows your shade units to do tremendous amount of damage. Now, being that they reduce their defense, when they do get hit, they take a lot of damage, and essentially they become a glass cannon, or essentially extremely vulnerable outside of the AF, where you're probably most likely to activate things like this Lunatic and their more powerful abilities. That being said, you're trading defense for major offense, and so Milsha does not disappoint. She has extremely powerful Shade Pierce units. She's actually a Shade Lance user with also powerful Earth type Lance moves. And so basically what you do is you use her Earth Lance move, stack Stride orbs on her. After 3 stacks, you start using her most powerful Shade Pierce attack, and basically it also allows you to do an end of turn attack based on the same damage that you did earlier in the turn. So at your most powerful, you have stacked multiple stacks. You've now unleashed the most powerful attack you have with a high multiplier, and at the end of turn, it releases the same attack again. And it actually can do that for a number of turns, up to 8 turns from what I can see here. So keep this in mind. A lot of the newer bosses have HP stoppers, and they also have like 100 million HP or more, right? She can actually hit for over 10 mil in a single hit. And then at the end of turn, do another 10 mil. So, or more even. And so on a very focused team, she's going to do a tremendous amount of damage. That being said, her main use is as a top tier DPS. She doesn't have a lot of support in terms of obviously protecting your units, although she does have a water resistance shield, 50% for 3 turns, and a medium regen. So a small amount of support. In the case of herself, she can actually shield herself a little bit with a barrier, so when she does convert into Lunatic, she's not as weak as, say, Thillalili. And for those who own Thillalili already, you know that when she gets hit, she dies essentially if she's activated Lunatic. So, should you summon on Milsha? Well, like I said, she works very well in Pierce teams. So if you have a very powerful Pierce team, you can stack a lot of buffs on her, or conversely stack a lot of debuffs on the enemy, and either with her powerful Earth Pierce or with her powerful Shade Pierce, she can wreck the enemy. And so with AS Foreign, for example, AS Seal, I mean, you can combine a lot of the more powerful units. You have now AS Leclerc with Manifest, there's AS Suzuki, Yukino, anyone who can basically stack, and I think AS Seal does extremely well, being that he does 50% type resist debuff, and he can help boost the team in other ways. She works really, really well. However, keep in mind that, again, being that global is catching up to Japan, we are all limited in the number of stones we have now. So it really depends on whether or not you absolutely need her, or waifu status, of course. She is a mermaid after all. Need her on your team to help stabilize your Pierce team or your Earth team, or if you can pass up on that and save for future units. There are a lot more future units that are powerful as well. And although Milsha is rated 98 in Japan, there are a lot of 98s and 99s coming up as well. Keep in mind that she is paired with AS Nagi, and AS Nagi, although is not quite as powerful as before, she is still one of the top tier Earth DPS in the game. She applies 50% Earth resist debuff, guaranteed pain. She has a strangle move which essentially consumes all her orbs, so which she stacks up and does tremendous one-hit damage to the enemy. And one other thing to note for free-to-plays out there, and this is something you can keep in mind as well, there are a lot of free, powerful Earth units. There's Deidre, there's Serene, you have Violet, and so you can already make a really good Earth team without summoning on this banner. So if you want my honest opinion, as much as I say that I will be summoning on this, and I'm only doing that to enhance my Pierce team because I really do have a strong Earth team, I wouldn't recommend this as an automatic 10 out of 10 banner. I feel that she is relatively a luxury unit, especially if you have other Pierce units that can be used with AS Foreign and can beat the game arrays. Like for those who already have, for example, AS Seal, AS Suzuki, and Yukino, not even sure you need her. It's more like you can just now do even more damage than before. And so, yeah, I don't think this is a guaranteed must summon. But like I said, she does have a lot of strong points. I will be summoning on her, and so there's definitely no problem summoning on her if she satisfies either your DPS needs or your waifu needs in any way, shape, or form. Not to mention being paired with AS Nagi, which is a great addition if you don't have her already. So let me know in the comments below if you're planning to summon for Milsha, if you're planning to pass up on Milsha, or what your thoughts on, about this particular banner. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.